Hi there, my name is Sarah. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I have for you another project pan brought to you by the Fantastic Ladies group on Facebook. The creator of this pan is Andrea. I believe her last name is Petrea, or it's Andrea Petrie. I will have the Facebook group linked down below, so certainly do check them out if you'd like more details on the pan. The project pan is called the 7 Deadly Pans, and it is based on the 7 deadly sins. It runs from December 7th of this year through July the 7th of next year. So without further ado, let's get into the products. So the first deadly sin is lust. So for the sin of lust, I have chosen a shadow in my Stila in the Light palette. And this is actually my Pan That palette for this year. I've done some really good work on it, but I don't think I'm going to quite finish it. So just to kind of get some more use out of it, I am choosing for the sin of lust, I've chosen this shade in Luster. And you can see I've nearly hit pan right here on this side. I've got good pan in the center. And like I say, this was pretty close to brand new at the beginning of the year. So I have made some good progress on it, but putting it in this palette, or I'm sorry, in this project will extend it out a little bit and allow me to get a few more months worth of use on it. So for the sin of lust, we have the shade Luster. All right, for the second sin is the sin of gluttony. So gluttony, as we know, is overeating or eating to excess. So in true gluttonous fashion, I have chosen products to excess for this sin. So first I have the Makeup Forever Excessive Lash Deluxe Size Sample. I have chosen the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes Deluxe Size Sample. And to further drive home the point of the deadly sins, I've chosen the Urban Decay Mascara Deluxe Size Sample in the shade Perversion. So for the sin of gluttony, we have a gluttonous amount of deluxe size mascaras. Okay, the third sin is the sin of greed. So when I was trying to choose products for this pan, it actually ended up being a little more difficult than I thought it was going to be. And I guess it was sort of a psychological thing, like we don't want to pick products that are associated with deadly sins because these are products that we use every day and that we enjoy using. So it was really kind of difficult for me to find things. So initially I thought for greed that I would try to find something that reminded me of money. So I tried to look for something that was green, or even, I thought like a silver or a gold. What I came up with is a little bit more on my level of greed, and that is this e.l.f. liquid eyeshadow in the color Molten Bronzed. So I guess this would be, rather than looking at sitting around and admiring your stacks of money or your stacks of gold, this is more my speed. It's like admiring your stacks of pennies. As I said, this is the e.l.f. liquid eyeshadow in the shade Molten Bronzed. It is brand new. I just took it out of the packaging right before I started filming, and I've never used one of their liquid eyeshadows before. This is the new Aqua formula. So I'm anxious to give this a try and see what I think of it. So that is Molten Bronzed for the sin of greed. Okay, next we have the sin of sloth. And so sloth is, being lazy. So I was trying to think of a product that I use when I'm being lazy, or maybe, when I don't want to go full on glam, when I'm just doing like an everyday, I gotta get to work, hurry up and put my face on and get to work kind of a thing. So what I came up with was this Dr. Jart BB cream. I did originally, this is a sample size, it's a 1/2 ounce, and I got this in a set of 4 I think it was either last year around Christmas, or it may have been for the VIB sale earlier this year. I had been wanting to try, I needed a new BB cream. I wanted to try these, but I didn't know which one. So this one had all 4 of the different types, and this one is in the Disapore formula. So that kind of lends itself to, it says complex pore care flawless cover. So it lends itself to being a primer, a BB cream, kind of a foundation, you know, all in one. It does also have SPF 30 in it, so I like that. Definitely a multi-use product, and one that I can use when I'm being lazy. So for the Sin of Sloth, we have the Dr. Jart BB cream. Oh, for that one, I have been using it, so I am just about here. It's not marked, but it's pretty much right where it says Disapore here. Okay, so the next product is for the Sin of Wrath. So for this sin, and immediately I started thinking, okay, wrath is like anger. So I started thinking about something in a red shade. Well, pretty much the only thing that I wear in a red shade is lipstick. I didn't want to do a lipstick. I really was kind of struggling, as I said, with, you know, what product I was going to choose. So I had to get a little bit creative doing this one. And instead of finding a product that suited the Sin of Wrath, what I did was I thought about what would be the opposite of wrath or anger or being hot-headed. And what I came up with was the NYX Angel Veil Primer. So this product I actually have marked on the back, and it's marked right here. I don't know if you can read that, but it says it was marked on September 2nd. I don't know what I was measuring in September, because I've been using this product pretty consistently, and I just measured it again this morning, and it's literally at that same line. So I don't know what it was that I was measuring in September, but as of today, it's for sure right at this line. So I don't know if maybe that was a goal line or what that was, but this is where we're at starting today. And this is the NYX Angel Veil Primer for the Sin of Wrath. Okay, for the Sin of Envy. I knew right away that I was gonna pick something green, but as I was going through my products, I discovered I don't have a lot that's green. I have one eyeshadow that I've pretty much already worked through quite a bit, and then I have one like sample pan of an eyeshadow that I have thrown into a sample stash use up. So I really didn't have that many more products to choose from, but I did find something that I got I believe this came from a Sephora Play box earlier this year. It may have been over the summer. This is the Tata Harper Resurfacing Mask, and I'll show you the product itself. It does look like I have used some of it, because you can kind of see where there's an indentation right there in the jar, but I've not used this. That's just kind of the way that it settled. I guess it was maybe sitting funny when the box came to me, or sitting funny in my drawer. So this is brand new. I've not used it yet. And I know that some people might think that's like a cheater product, because some people might be able to use this in, say, 3 or 4 uses. I've already mentioned that I'm not good at like doing masks and evening skincare and things like that. So I'm pretty sure that this will probably last me a while. Even if it is only 3 or 4 uses, that could possibly be 3 or 4 months for me. So I do want to work on it. I know this is a good brand. It's one of the more high-end brands. I've not tried anything else by her, so I do want to give it a try and at least, you know, kind of work my way through it just to give it a go. So that is the Tata Harper Resurfacing Mask for the Sin of Envy. And finally, we have the Sin of Pride. And so again, I was, really trying to think like, okay, what does pride mean? Well, when you're prideful, you tend to be boastful. So then I thought maybe I'll do a lip product, like you're just running your mouth if you're boastful. But I really couldn't find a lip product that I wanted to pan right now. I'm already, working on some other things, and so I didn't want to throw something else into the mix. So then I started thinking, just like I was thinking with Wrath and the Angel Veil, I started thinking, well, what's the opposite of that sin? So with Pride, for being prideful and boastful, I thought being meek and being shy. So what happens often when you are shy? you blush. So this is the Sephora, I think it's from the Sephora Colorful line, or maybe it just used to be called the Colorful line. I know they did reformulate the blushes. I think it was last year or the year before. This used to be number 5 Sweet on You, and it looks really corally as I'm looking, but it's actually just a bright pink. And I am wearing it today. I'm not sure if you can tell. I do wear it pretty much every day. It's like my everyday, just kind of throw it on and go to work blush. I'm working right now on concentrating right here in the bottom, like the bottom center. I figure I'll hit the pan there and then I'll just work my way up to the top of the pan. So I've got, a good dip going on, and I'm just gonna keep on working on it. I wear a liquid blush underneath it most days, and then I put this right on top. So that is the Sephora Colorful line, and it's number 5 Sweet on You. So those are my products for the 7 Deadly Pans. Thank you so much for joining me today. I do hope that you'll check out the Pantastic Ladies group on Facebook and you'll consider joining us in this project. And until I see you next time, have a great day. Thanks so much for watching.